If you're a royal watcher, you need to hear this. Meghan Markle's image is under fire. Let's break it down. So, Dan Wooten and Meghan Kelly recently teamed up to dissect Meghan's every move.
Oh, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, you are so classy, but good Lord, you know how to make a point. And you know how to make a point in a very quiet manner, but we hear you loud and clear. So this was the future Queen today at a royal style event wearing a designer suit by, wait for it, Victoria Beckham. And isn't it just perfect? She knows how to pull off that look. And of course, who didn't know how to pull off that look? Well, let me remind you of that moment at the Time 100 gala. And of course, there are so many layers to this because not only did Meghan receive so much criticism for that outfit, of course, she has also received so much criticism for the way that she treated David and Victoria Beckham, leading to their decision to decide to ally with Catherine and William. So, Angela Levin, Catherine looked perfect today, but there was a deeper meaning to this outfit, was there not?
She looks gorgeous, but as you say, there's a sort of whole history in that suit. It's beautifully cut. I must say it should be for that, but it was over £1,000. And but you know, compared to what Meghan looked like, or always looks like in trousers and jackets, it was baggy and it hadn't been, it was very creased and all that. But Catherine stood upright and looked absolutely beautiful. And the very fact of going to Victoria at this extremely important award is wonderful. And I think it's just saying something in silence, but it's like a long message to all of us that she knows what's going on. And she does feel sorry for her because she knows how painful it must be if you have a son who is actually doesn't want to know you anymore.
From her highly curated podcast to rumours of a tell-all post-divorce memoir. Yeah, it's messy. Let's talk podcast. Meghan Kelly did not hold back, calling Meghan's no-makeup look a full glam session minus the eyeliner. And those staged tears, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Is it genuine or just another episode of the Meghan show in the industry? Done.
And this is because Victoria Beckham, right, has had this big fallout with her son, Brooklyn Beckham, because of Brooklyn's new wife, Nicola Peltz. And lots of people are comparing the two situations and saying there's a big similarity between Prince Harry and Brooklyn Beckham because they both have fathers who were eminently successful, who gave them everything and then they threw it all back in their face.
Yes, it's very, very sad for parents to have that. And I think that Catherine felt very sad for Victoria, and she wants to help. And I think she will be absolutely thrilled with it because it's wonderful to win an award. And it's a beautiful colour. It's not just a boring brown, it's a brown with life in it. And it looks stunning on her. And the blouse, the white blouse she's got, looks stunning with that. So, you know, she's a winner.
Yes, she is a winner in so many ways. And by the way, I should point out she was attending an event held by the British Fashion Council at London's 180 Studios, where she presented the Queen Elizabeth II Award for British Design. Angela, we have heard from Meghan today, though, and we've heard from her in a couple of notable ways. So firstly, despite the fact that she claims she doesn't look at any of the media, she never responds to anything that the media or people on social media are saying, we know that's absolute rubbish because after so much discontent, and I know you've been looking at this story for a couple of weeks now about As Ever and what's really going on with this brand and why she hasn't sent the correct items out, etc., etc. She finally posted to the Instagram saying, we've been quietly crafting something special Stay close. We're so looking forward to sharing it with you. And then in the new episode of her podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, which has just been released, she boasts about the launch of As Ever. She's really trying to get people behind it, and also claims, somewhat hilariously, Angela, that she's the one who always gets her hands dirty. Yeah, right, I say. Listen to this.
We've been building As Ever. Oh, let me tell you, it is just a constant state of recalibration. There's joy in that. But we are always in motion. And if you're a founder yourself, you know exactly what I mean, because we're moving at warp speed, problem solving, filling gaps in real time, scratching a million tiny, tiny things off of your to-do list, but not in that fun way like a lotto ticket. And then all of a sudden, you're switching gears and you're thinking about the big picture strategy and where you want to be in 5 or 10 years. And oftentimes, all of this, every single beat of that, happens in the same day, sometimes in the same hour. But I guess that's where the magic is, right? Because it can get messy. And the best founders are not afraid to get their hands dirty. And I don't mean play dirty. I mean, when it's clean up on aisle 5 time, you are the first person there with a mop.
No, you're not, Megan. And any of the former staff will vouch for that. But Angela, I mean, look, it's the return of me, Megan, isn't it? She's me with everything. She's trying to claim that she's some sort of down-to-earth founder when we know that isn't the case. This is a woman who's had millions and millions pumped into her business by virtue of the relationship she had with the British royal family. But it's interesting, isn't it, that clearly this criticism of As Ever, and I know you've got news on what's really going on with As Ever, but this criticism has really got to her.
Meghan lost her Spotify deal, got labelled a grifter, and even WME's Ari Emanuel is reportedly done trying to revive her image. Former staff advisors, even some fans are speaking out. This isn't just a bad year, it's a full unravelling.
Yes. Well, it would do, because she always has to win. And when she doesn't, she has to work out how on earth she's going to do it. But it's always about how much she's loaded with work. She's loaded with looking after the children. You know, she has to think of so many different things in 1 minute to get everything sorted out. But she's going to give us the most exciting thing if we just wait. There's always this thing that next week, next year, next month, I'm going to do something really exciting. But by the time it actually comes out, everyone's bored and they're not at least a bit interested. But this is how she does it, and this is how she thinks it's the right thing to do. But it is so boring that it's all about her. It's the same sentences again and again and again about how hard she works and how many things she has to think about and what the future might be and what she's doing now. And oh golly, you know, you would be Yawnsville, isn't it?
Well, it's constant. It's constant. And look, the thing about this podcast is a massive flop, by the way, a complete flop. I must be one of the only people in the world listening to it, Angela, but I do it because it's such an insight into the truth about Meghan Markle and the truth about her personality, because that's the thing about podcasts. You can't really hide it, no matter how much you try. And she's interviewing this woman, Heather Hasson, who became a success making glamorous Scrubs. And again, there is this sort of absolutely cringeworthy dynamic between the two, where we are told right from the off that Heather Hasson is a Meghan fangirl. Watch.
How we doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
Really good. I'm so happy to meet you. When I had met Trina at G9, she may have mentioned it to you, I don't know. She was very surprised when I knew what Figs was. She said, I have a company called Figs. I said, I know Figs. She goes, do you actually? It was almost like a test.
How do you know? Yeah, Megan, how do you know Figs?
God, well, you guys have been around for a while.
Yeah.
But anytime that you see somebody either for, I think it transcends beyond hospitals. In someone's home, they have on Figs uniforms, but also I work with Children's Hospital LA, and I see a lot of the people wearing that. And you just saw that something shifted from when I was young and you'd be in any sort of medical setting and you saw very ill-fitting scrubs that were probably not comfortable to things are looking a little more tailored.
So is Meghan just misunderstood, or are we finally seeing the unfiltered version? Let me know in the comments. Do you think the media is being too harsh, or is this the natural consequence of controlling the narrative for too long? And hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more No PR Fluff commentary. New videos coming at you every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.